One move. One game. That's all it took to bring a powerful CEO to her knees, not in defeat but in discovery. This isn't just a love story. It's a story about the cost of ambition, the weight of parenthood, and the quiet power of a man the world forgot to notice. A queen sat alone at the top of a tower, not on a throne but behind a chessboard. Celeste Hawthorne, CEO of a global consulting empire, sat bathed in the soft amber of the setting sun. The 42nd floor conference room echoed with silence, broken only by the faint hum of city life far below. She stared at the chessboard. Ebony and ivory pieces frozen mid-battle, her only honest opponents. Chess never lied. People did. Contracts bent. Loyalties shifted. But on this board? Only truth. A soft knock broke her focus. "Come in," she said without looking up. A tall janitor entered quietly, pushing a cleaning cart. He was lean, tired, unnoticed, as most people in coveralls were. His name tag read Liam. She barely glanced at him, until she caught the way his eyes lingered on the board. "You play?" she asked, a touch of curiosity, or maybe challenge. He nodded once. "Come." Unapologetic. A smirk curled her lip. Boredom or arrogance, she wasn't sure. "Beat me in chess," she said, "and I'll marry you." He blinked. No laugh. No hesitation. Just a slow, focused look. His voice was steady. "My name's Liam. And I play for real." Celeste straightened. For the first time all day she felt something spark. He moved toward the board. Quiet. Certain. And without asking for permission. He reached for the white pawn and with one move, changed the game entirely. It wasn't the first game Liam had played to survive. Before the uniform. Before the cleaning cart. Liam Carter was a name whispered across chess halls. A prodigy. A killer with the knight. An international master by 16. But glory doesn't hold a dying hand. His wife, Sarah, passed when their daughter Emma was barely 2. Breast cancer. Quick, cruel, and final. Liam walked away from tournaments and sponsorships. From podiums and applause. Emma became his only endgame. Now at 39 he scrubbed floors in glass towers. $12 an hour. Benefits. Predictable hours. Stability. Because Emma had asthma. The kind that arrived in the middle of the night. Tight breaths. Blue lips. Sirens. No grandmasters lived here. Just fathers who couldn't afford to lose. Back in the conference room, Liam sat across from Celeste. The scent of lemon polish clung to his sleeves. But his hands, steady, precise, hovered over the board with memory's muscle. Celeste expected hesitation. She found calculation. He opened classically. Queen's gambit declined. Controlled. Cling. She blinked. Adjusted. Reassessed. By move 10 her confidence cracked. By move 15 she was cornered. Each piece he moved felt like a line of poetry written in real time. No wasted motion. No wasted thought. This wasn't a fluke. This was a man who once danced with legends. Her defenses crumbled. Her traps failed. Her hands were damp. Checkmate in 21 moves. Her queen cornered. Her certainty shattered. The woman who owned the board had just been outplayed by the man who cleaned beneath it. Celeste stared at the board, the white king toppled like a crown lost in battle. She had lost before but not like this. Not to someone who slipped into rooms without notice. Not to a janitor. "You hustled me," she said, her voice sharp, brittle. A defense, not a statement. Liam didn't flinch. He began resetting the pieces, quiet and precise. "I never said I couldn't play," he replied calmly. "You assumed I couldn't." Her cheeks burned. Not with defeat, with realization. She hadn't seen him at all. Only the uniform. The cart. The job title. And he had seen through her, right to the ego beneath the empire. That night, pride gave way to curiosity. She stayed late in her office, her fingers flying across the keyboard. One search became 2. Then 10. There it was, Liam Carter, International Master. USCF rating, 2,437. Tournament archives. Newspaper clips. Forum threads. Remember that Carter kid? He was supposed to be the next Fisher. Match footage surfaced. A teenager with fire in his eyes, slicing through competition with grace and grit. He was brilliant, unstoppable. Until he vanished. No farewell tour. No scandal. Just gone. He'd disappeared at his peak. For love. For a daughter. For a life no one applauded. Some truths arrive not on reports but in parking garages. The echo of panic cracked through the garage. Screeching brakes. A man's voice, urgent, raw. Celeste paused mid-step. The voice was Liam's. She turned the corner and saw him on his knees. Emma lay on the concrete, her small chest heaving. Her lips tinged blue. Liam's hands trembled as he held the inhaler to her mouth, but it wasn't working. The fear in his eyes said it all, he was losing her. Celeste didn't hesitate. She dropped her briefcase, pulled out her phone. "This is Celeste Hawthorne," she told the dispatcher, her voice razor-sharp. "Child in respiratory distress. Use the helipad if needed. No delays." Within minutes, paramedics arrived, oxygen mask secured, and Liam climbed into the ambulance, his face pale with fear. Celeste followed in her car. Not because she had to, but because she couldn't not. At the hospital, she waited outside Emma's room, powerless for once in a place where power meant nothing. She paced the white corridors, arms folded tight, the chill of fear unfamiliar. 3 hours later, Liam emerged. "She's stable," he said. His voice cracked from exhaustion. "Thank you. For everything." Their eyes met. The air between them had changed. She wasn't just the woman in the tower anymore. She'd come down. She'd shown up. She saved his daughter's life. And yet, somehow he still kept his distance. Checkmate means nothing when a child is in check. Days passed. Then weeks. Coffee breaks turned into conversations. Hallway nods became stolen smiles. Celeste didn't plan it. Neither did Liam. But something unspoken was building, between boardrooms and broom closets. Emma began asking questions. "Is Miss Celeste your friend?" Liam answered carefully. "She's someone who listens." Weekends followed. Park benches. Shared lunches. Laughter over spilled juice and uneven chess matches. Emma played referee. Celeste played worse on purpose. It didn't matter. They were learning a different kind of rhythm. Then, it happened. A junior accountant posted a video to the company's internal feed. Grainy footage. Poor angle. But the audio was crystal clear. Celeste's voice, "Beat me in chess and I'll marry you." Liam's calm reply. The quick, brutal checkmate. The internet did what it always does. It laughed. By noon, the board was calling. By evening, reporters were sniffing for scandal. Celeste's legacy now a meme. She found Liam alone near the service elevator. Her voice sharp. Accusing. "Did you plan this? Was I just entertainment for the janitor genius?" He didn't raise his voice. "No," he said quietly. "You were something else. I thought you saw me too." She stepped closer, pain curving her words. "I did." Liam held her gaze a moment longer, then shook his head. Slow, final. "You were different, I thought. But maybe you just play a different game," he says and walks away. It wasn't a knight or queen that saved her. It was a child with a story to tell. The call came mid-afternoon. "Emma." Another attack. Worse this time. Celeste was in her car before the message ended. At the hospital, she found Liam holding his daughter's hand, his knuckles white. Machines beeped. Tubes hissed. Emma's small body fought for every breath. Celeste stayed all night. She didn't speak much. Just stayed. She watched Liam read to Emma with a voice that cracked between pages. She felt it, the helpless, aching clarity of love. When the worst passed and the machines quieted, she turned to him. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "For the elevator. For judging you. For forgetting what matters." He didn't answer right away. But he didn't walk away either. The next day she knocked on their apartment door. No armor. No briefcase. Just a small wrapped box in her hands. Emma answered, pale but smiling. "Daddy's making grilled cheese. Want some?" Celeste knelt down and handed her the box. Inside, a maple and walnut chess set, carved like miniature art. Emma's eyes lit up. "For me?" "For you," Celeste smiled. They sat at the table. Emma placed the pieces with care, but not for strategy. The knight was a dragon. The queen a fairy godmother. She told stories as she moved them, her imagination the real game. Celeste watched, heart full. Victory had nothing to do with winning. "Maybe," Emma whispered, moving her pawn with a grin, "you both already won.